And that's us. We are Long Stache.
Long Stache.
Long Stache.
I've done that for a long time.
Aimee.
Long Stache.
Long Stache. Yeah, I forgot we need to do that. Everybody, welcome to Long Stache Readings. We have Mystic Rose Tarot. Aimee is here.
Hi.
We have Ritchie Long Man Tarot.
Hi.
I'm Gerald Tarot Stache. And all of the links are below. So please like and subscribe because it's free. So
that's nice.
Yes. And so this is Aimee, the last time we were together, the three of us reading, we were reading for Samhain.
We were.
Really? Is it that long ago?
It's been that long. So
this year has gone really quickly. Have you thought that? I can't believe we're halfway through it already.
Yeah.
I believe it.
There you go.
There you go.
Gosh. So so for those who are here in the chat, let's say hi to some people, shall we?
Yeah.
We have Jane the Seeker, who is here with listening ears. Beth Aspasia Rising is here. Hello.
Hi.
Red Wing. Hi, Red Wing.
Hi.
And I don't know if you saw, but Jane the Seeker this morning did a special healing work on her channel for Carol, Genealogy Junkie, who's having surgery today. And it also went out to everyone in the community who's healing. So she was joined by Terry at Holding Your Space, which was lovely. Cheyenne Shining is here. Hello.
Hi.
Plucky Heroine.
Hello.
And Pia's Life.
Hi,
Good to see you. And Kristen is here.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
And Hypnicity. Now I'm pronouncing their name correctly. Hypnicity instead of
Hypnicity.
Hypnicity, whatever. So,
I think you started that and everyone copied it.
What were you saying before, Gerald?
I think I was saying hip. What was I saying? I can't say it now. Anyhow,
that's good.
We're glad you're here.
Yes.
We are.
Oh, Red Ring really likes the intro music. So, Peter.
Lovely. Thank you. There you go, Peter.
So, Mystic Traveler is here. Hello.
Hi, Mystic Traveler.
And you're getting a lot of love for that, Peter.
I'll tell him.
Morella is here.
Hi, Morella.
Jeffrey is on the other side of the camera and he's giggling. What? Oh, you're getting. Okay. Jeffrey's saying he's giggling. He's a 12-year-old boy because I said you're getting a lot of love for that, Peter. Okay.
Shame on you, Jeffrey.
Shame on you.
He's gone to the other room because he's doing some more laundry. Mystic Traveler. Okay. So just put out me right now. Gotcha, Jane. And everybody else who's here. It's good to see so many people.
Everyone's laughing now.
I know. It's awesome. And Pia's Life can spell your name properly, and she apologizes.
It's all good.
Nalani. Hello, Nalani.
Oh, hello, Nalani.
And remember that, Nalani.
Nalani.
And Trouble is in the house. Ben, they're done here. Good to see you. Flowing is here. Oh, lots of people.
Oh, wonderful.
Lovely people.
See, the montage is great. People are.
I love that, Gerald.
Oh, that's nice.
It's beautiful.
I love that. Well,
Well done.
All about the Peter.
And creativity.
And creativity, which brings us to the type of reading that we're doing. Hi, Rose.
Yeah. Hi, Rose.
And I'm just Tom, Early Ritual is here.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Good to see you. Nalani was made in Hawaii.
Oh.
Mahalo.
And okay. And Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Antoinette, Intuitive Tarot and Jewelry. Lots of people are laughing, Jeffrey. As he walks back. So yeah, he's like, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. You know.
Okay.
Love you for it.
We're all adults here.
Did I agree to this? Is that a Victorian trait?
That wasn't in the contract.
Yeah, wait a minute. Anyhow, Kelly is here. Hello. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Pia's Life. We're laughing with him, not at him. There you go. Oh, look at Beth. She's all on it.
Yeah.
26 watching, only 10 thumbs up.
Clickety click.
Clickety click. Do all of the YouTube-y things. There you go. Sonia is here. Hello.
Hi, Sonia.
So the solstice.
Yes.
So, Ritchie, I'm going to put you on the spot. Could you,
lovely.
You do this to me all the time?
I do. So it's payback, isn't it?
Yes. Tell us about solstice.
Well, the solstice means, it's when the sun is at its highest or lowest, because let's remember there are people in the southern hemisphere who are having a winter solstice. It's when the sun is at its highest or lowest in the year. And so, do you know solstice means stand still? Because it's for a few days that the sun sort of is at its zenith height. And it was the time that people thought we're halfway through the year. Now, it's not midsummer. Did you know that?
Oh, it's not midsummer.
It's not midsummer. Midsummer's a few days later. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're going to do your midsummer, Midsummer Night's Dream play, or, do your fairy thing or stuff like that, it's a few days after the solstice. I think it's about the 24th or the 25th. But it is the height of the summer as far as the sun's going to be, or the lowest it can be in the winter. So it's the longest day or the shortest day, depending on which side of the planet you're on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that bit. But of course, lots of solar energy, and it represents tipping into the next part of the year, the second half of the year for a lot of people. So northern hemispheres, we are now sort of getting the days shorter after today, going forth to Yule when it's a winter solstice, and vice versa on the southern hemisphere. So it's the start of the end of the summer, I suppose you might want to call it that.
I was listening to April. She had a premiere today where she did a solstice spread, and she was talking about we have been in the waxing period of the year where we are going into the full light, and so now we're entering the darker part of the year.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's similar to Samhain, right? Not solstice or equinox, but Samhain is celebrated, I think, like a week later in cultures. I think Samhain was the 31st was given for Christian purposes, the date, but I think actual celebration of crossing the veil, I believe, is like the 4th or the 6th in some areas, in some cultures.
Well, and I think that's I think it's important to be honest with you, and this is just Gerald's opinion, not endorsed by anybody else. Celebrate the holiday whenever you want that's close to it, because let's face it, we all have lives and we can't get together with a group of friends. It's Wednesday here, and not everybody can get together during the week. So you do it. Part of it is an intention.
Yeah.
So,
and that's great as well if the weather's not good, and several times I've been out on a on a solstice to see the sun, and it's been cloudy or grey, and you can move anything you're going to do outside to a day when the sun might be around.
Yeah.
Saying that, you can still do whatever you want on the summer solstice. As in the power of the sun is still there, even if it's under the lot of cloud.
Yeah. And Tony shared, yes, agreed. They are supposed to match the moon phases. So didn't last year, Ritchie, you do something incredible on the solstice?
No, that was the winter solstice.
Well, it's still a solstice. Work with me.
Solstice. Sorry, yes. Oh, yeah, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, last winter solstice I went to Stonehenge for the sunrise. And that was a great day, but it was still a fantastic day. Really exciting. And I probably wouldn't go to the summer solstice because it would be packed with people. Yeah. And the winter solstice was busy, but less people around because it's obviously colder.
Is that your first time?
Not my first time to Stonehenge, but the first time for the solstice, and to see all the wonderful people there drumming and dancing and singing and loving one another. It was great. Absolutely great.
Oh, wonderful.
So Nalani, Hypnicity, 63rd birthday will be on Sunday. Is that close to Litha? The Litha is celebrated on the 21st of June this year. It does waver a little bit depending upon, the higher ups, what they say. But midsummer, as Ritchie, you were talking about, is probably closer to your 63rd birthday.
Yeah.
So, and we talked about this before, Ritchie. Midsummer is because you think of Beltane as the start of summer.
Yeah.
And Lammas or Lumasa as the end of summer.
Yeah.
And so
this is right in the middle of it.
Yeah. So,
and again, as Aimee said, a great time for fairies, and the veil being really thin as well there. So a great time to do some work with the fae.
Yeah. Jonathan Daly is here. Hi, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
And you're getting a lot of birthday love.
Yeah.
So Pia's Life asked a question, Ritchie, or Aimee. Does anyone know why Samhain is pronounced Samhain?
Think it's Welsh or Irish by the sound of it. If it tends to have an M in it, and I'm really speaking I'm just very, very basically here, it would probably be Irish, I would imagine, but I may be well wrong on that one there.
I would say it has to deal with the origin of where the word came from and how it's pronounced. Because people here in the States, Samhain, it's like, no, it's not Samhain.
Yeah.
Samhain.
Yeah. I think it's the roots.
Let me look at.
He's got his book out here.
I've got my book out. This is, all the wisdom. Samhain, Savain, Savain.
I think all the cultures pronounce that in different pronunciations, like the way Gerald was just saying it.
And I was just looking quickly in here if there's originated in Celtic lands of Northern Europe. So,
yeah.
So, but that's a great question, Pia.
Lovely. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm always glad that, people ask those questions. Vanessa S. said,
Vanessa.
Away from Stonehenge and Avery.
That's practically Stonehenge in your garden.
You probably did.
Well, see, if it were me, I would say Stonehenge was in my garden. I would just own it. I would just own it. So
I would like to go to Avery for the summer solstice because it is just a bit bigger and probably quieter, I'd imagine, than Stonehenge. But everyone, if you can, try and get to Stonehenge for a solstice or an equinox. They now open them up for equinoxes as well, which is quite cool.
Oh, it's only for solstice?
Only in the solstice you can go into the stone circle. Any other time of the year, you have to just go around the outside and have it cordoned off to protect it because it's a World Heritage Site, so you can't go up and touch the stones all the time. It just would get too damaged. So, but only on special occasions like solstices, they open them up, or you can go in. You can pay to go after hours, and a guide will take you in as well if you wanted to get up close to the stones.
Okay.
Hershey, the shadow reader, is here. Hershey, hello, and I'm looking forward to your playback, to watching the playback with you and Terry at Holding Your Space. And Ben, there, done that, said, I think the first time I heard Samhain was in the movie Wicker Man, which was why I always remember this solstice.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie, Ben.
That movie's incredible.
Yes, it's and eerily correct on many levels.
Yeah.
So, Aimee, anything you would like to share about the solstice?
Well, this year it's going to be slightly different for me because of where I'm located. I'm now in the Pacific Northwest, and I've been sharing this with people that I'm talking about the summer solstice with. And I had no idea, coming from California to here, the days are longer here, like literally. So I've been looking on my phone on the weather app. Sunset on the 21st will begin at 9 o'clock at night, and full darkness will come at 9:42.
Wow.
And so I was already seeing it this weekend. We got some rain yesterday, and it's supposed to rain a little bit. But it's a bizarre but unique experience just to know that we have this extra length of day, light. And I started seeing it the last few months as it was building up, but I had no idea come 9 o'clock here, and even further north, it's much longer, that the sun slowly starts setting. So it's going to be unique. I want to try and maybe go to the coast, the Oregon coast, for summer solstice, and just kind of experience, just being in that environment, longer days. California, I think sunsets probably like maybe 8:30. I think it's a half hour later, something like that, or a half hour earlier. So it's quite unique, summer solstice, and actually feeling a very, very long day. It's 14, 15 hours of sunlight
That's
in
amazing.
this area.
Yeah. And I think, Delani says, greetings from Linwood.
I think Linwood, Washington.
They moved to the Pacific
Oregon.
Northwest from Santa Cruz.
Okay. Excellent.
There you go. One of the things, is there anything special that you do for the solstice?
Solstice, I always keep the equinoxes and solstice very, very simple, because it's this time of the year, especially the solstice, where we are seeing the light, that force, either, we're respecting it for bringing in this moment of darkness for Yule, winter solstice, or for this day of, giving thanks to everything that we've been working towards. This is like you were mentioning that April said, this is the peak of the waxing season. Now we slowly start waning. So now we start putting our direction, our intentions towards the end of the year. And we also have our signs of Cancer, Leo, Virgo, that represent summer. Those are the three signs that welcome us into the summer season. So we can generate those characteristics of those signs during this time of the year, during the summer solstice, and then fall, we go into those other signs. So I keep it very simple. I just sit with nature. I bring in very basic tools, a candle, or anything that I can relate for summer. Like I have seashells from when I went to the beach. I just connect with those energies of what summer is, what it gave us from spring to where we are now. And then I start, putting this energy towards what I want to do for the latter half of this year.
Sure. By the way, this is Jeffrey. He's listening in, doing the domestic thing today.
Okay.
which means I don't have to do the domestic thing. Woo, for the win. Tony shared Samhain means summer's end. Ireland, Scotland, UK, and parts of Northern Europe, Celtic pagan festival.
Yes.
Ritchie, anything that you do?
I like to go outside. I think it's really important to go outside. And it's certainly one of those times of the year I like to kind of reset my body clock and think about, like, the sun's up there and we're all on a wheel cycle here. So if I can, it's always when I'm working for some reason, a solstice. So I tend to go either side. So at the weekends, go for a walk. I often do a review of what I had planned back in Yule at the start of the year and go, well, that didn't work. And then kind of set myself a new set of plans or think, okay, what do I need to develop? So I use it as a checking in point as to where we are halfway through the year, and basically ditch stuff that isn't working for me, and time to reset perhaps some ideas or think, right, the journey that I was planning to didn't go in this direction, but now it's veering off that way. So let's prepare for that part. So I just use it as a bit of a checking in, but also as a kind of a day for me. I like to do something that I wouldn't normally do. So, for example, talking about the Wicker Man, they are showing the 50th anniversary of the Wicker Man on our local cinema. So I'm going to go and see that, because I haven't seen the film for probably 10 years, and I'm just looking forward to going to a cinema to see it in there.
I for me, because the solstice and the equinoxes for me change the energy around what I'm working with, and they shift for me as I look at tarot. So with the summer solstice, we move from the sword suit to the wands, and so all of that wand energy comes through. I also on my I swapped some things out on my personal altar to reflect that, my chalice and my witch ball. And then it's been probably 5 years. I have Rose of Jericho or resurrection plants, and they get watered 4 times a year on the solstices and the equinoxes, because it's just a way for me to go stick with it. And because the cross quarters are big celebrations, because it's the transition time, and I'm like, I like those. And I also like to appreciate those definite things that don't change. They don't waver. So
are you all going to do readings, like for yourself, personal readings, Ritchie?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Okay.
Yeah. Nancy, Crohn's Intuition is here. Hello. Twisted Sushi's here.
Hi.
Jackie Smith, hello. I probably missed a few other people. Gerald, how do you treat your Rose of Jericho plant? Submerge it in water or just water at the base? Oh, I give it a whole bunch of water in the bowl that I have it. I just fill that up. I soak them, and then I just let it go. Yeah, and then it expands, it grows. It's
magical.
So we are this year for the summer solstice thinking about the energy. We're doing readings about creativity. And you've all been here for readings before. We'll swap places. So each of us will read a different position. And the first position is what seeds were planted. The second position is what bloomed. And then the third position is what needs trimmed to flourish. So, and so if you would like a reading around that, please type in chat. And all in caps. We'll try to do in that. And Hershey said, it's hard for me to read myself. I keep practicing every day. it's hard for me too.
Yeah.
Tortoiseshell Moon, Kathy is here.
Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
And I got you, Jamie. Let's see.
Hi, Jamie.
Okay, Jonathan. Apparently, midsummer activities date back to NTG 900s. Litha replaced its heathen counterpart.
Well, it's St. John's Day, isn't it? That's what the church changed the summer solstice to. So it's St. John's Day. Yeah.
On summer solstice.
Like St. John's wort and all of those ones around. You know how, like, Yule became Christmas. It's the same solstice.
Just got Christianized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what decks are each of you using?
Ooh. Should I go first?
Well, let's go left to right. I'm using the Journey of the Sacred Bee. I'm overcomplicating it. I'm using Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle and the Keeper of the Sacred Bee. I'm swapping decks based upon the So, all right, I am going to say readings are closed. Yeah. Oh,
awesome.
and the Seeker said it's on sale now. You know what I'm going to say?
Purchase
Your limits, purchase responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what'd you say, Amy? What are you using?
One deck, and then we're going to provide yes. I haven't worked with both of these decks since I think the either Beltane or Astara, so I'm going to wing it.
Yeah. The Sacred Bee stuff is on sale. Beth. Ritchie, what about you?
I've got decks I haven't read with for a really long time. And I'm not reading with the Tarot of Oneness either, which is a bit strange. I know, it's a bit strange. I'm breathing through this one. Right, so I'm going Pre-Raphaelite tonight.
Oh.
And I'm going Ellis deck. I thought colours were important for me today. And I'm also going for this one, the Desney deck, which is basically the RWS, but sort of cartooned up to look like kind of Disney characters. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I've said it anyway. Plus, there are some few Oracle decks around. We're okay. We're doing okay for cards today. Yeah.
Are you sure? I mean, because
I'll message Peter to bring in to go to the West Wing and collect
to the West Wing. And Amy, I finished a study up of the Witch's Wisdom.
And I remember you saying that.
What I ended up doing is I ended up putting keywords on the cards to help me. So to remember things. So okay.
I think we just okay, we're good.
Yeah, so and it helps.
Okay, very good.
So I was going to use the Cosmic Tribe. But I figured I didn't want to have to worry about people and the nudity.
All good.
Because I mean, we're all adults and
it just takes one person.
And it's usually me. No.
It's okay.
Yeah, it is its own system. It has its own system and it's great and it's beautifully written. So, and look at Jamie is on it. Okay, so I've got here's who I have. I have Jane, Hershey, Jamie, Jonathan, Linda Kelzer, Nancy, Hypnicity, Nalani, Cheyenne, Morella, Lori, Tortoiseshell Moon, Sonia, Jeffrey, and Les Sorelment. So
Okay. Very good.
Jamie did that.
Jamie's, hashtag overachiever.
Everyone needs Jamie.
Very good.
And did somebody say Orshi's here? Is Orshi here?
I didn't see. Maybe it was Hershey. Got the name.
I Orshi. But,
I'll let you read that, Ritchie.
Look, if it all goes horribly wrong, I'm just going to go and get it. All right.
Wrong. Stop that.
It's not going to go wrong.
It's not going to go wrong. I'm slightly out of my comfort zone now. I'm like that. Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
All right. So Jane the Seeker would like to go first. So I am reading the What Seeds Were Planted. Aimee is reading What Bloomed. And Ritchie is reading What Needs Trimmed to Flourish. And everybody knows these are for entertainment purposes only. So I'm actually on with Jane the Seeker tomorrow morning for Tuesdays with Tarot Stache, exclusively on Jane the Seeker Tarot.
Yay.
So. All right.
Okay.
Oh. Ritchie wearing his pearls. And Beth said, "Oh, Ritchie, you're wonderful, a wonderful reader, no matter the deck."
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the first card that I got, or the card that I got, is the Knight of Wands. So what seeds were planted is you taking action with your energy and you deciding where you are going to direct your passion. It feels very much to me, Jane, that the stagnant time is done and you're wanting to do something with it. You're wanting to make that action happen. And I like how there's wings here. Of course, this is the Journey of the Sacred Bee, and you working with your angels. I think it really is a powerful thing. And I would say with this is what seeds were planted. It's all of the energy. It's like, okay, I want to do something with it. So, all right. Oh, and Jane said, I want to do something meaningful.
Okay. You are Jane, actually. You are. We talked a little bit after the end of us doing co-readings yesterday. I got Witch of Earth. I'll move back here a little bit. So this is someone who is creating their magic, their creativity. But we have Earth. We have this element of Earth where be very focused on what you're bringing in, Jane. What tools, what resources. Make sure they are very important for your creativity, for your practice. Creativity also comes from inside as well as external. So I want you to look at this card, okay? And look at this, the directness, the readiness to create the magic that you need. Look at I cannot remember the name of these flowers that are on either side. Maybe morning glories, I'm not certain.
It looks like morning glories.
Yeah, there's another flower that also reminds me of this. But take charge. Begin your journey with the knowing that you are going to grow in this process. And so the question is, what bloomed? you. I know that sounds corny, but you're the one that's manifesting this. So whatever you're bringing in inside, the tools, so on and so forth, and that energy and that forcefulness that you have for this, make it happen. You're going to be changing as well as whatever you are putting your energy to. Everything's going to be shape shifting for you, what you're working with, and also yourself.
I love it.
So I've got what needs trimming, what needs pruning to flourish. I've got the Three of Cups for you here, Jane. Really bright card here. I love the colours of this one. It feels like this is something to do with perhaps YouTube or what you're doing, spending time with people. And I would just say that I think it's more to do with don't let everyone that's on YouTube and everyone that's around you perhaps are all adding in their thoughts or having communications or wanting to talk to you. Make sure that that time that you spend online or with friends or doing lives, whatever it is contained, and just, keep it in its, don't let it stretch and stretch because it will eat up your time. And, make sure that you're having fun, as the Three of Cups would suggest. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, remember that it's also got to be purposeful. It's okay to have a wonderful time, and that's an enjoyment. But in there will be nuggets or golden coins of wonderful things. And don't lose perspective of those by just sort of in the chat and the banter and everything that's going on there.
I love that. Can we all put up our cards?
Yeah.
She said, amen, Ritchie. And she was talking, so if she needs to take a picture of that. She said, I was in my woods all day listening to the birds, squirrels, and bunnies. That's
very
beautiful.
Nice.
So thank you.
Thank
Hershey's
you.
up, and avert your gaze for a moment.
Haven't heard that for such a long time.
Avert your gaze.
Avert your gaze.
Jane, I think there's no doubt that it's like, I love that. I just have to say that knight to the king, that, it's like, woo, it's like awesome. And
okay, let me see our prompt here.
Oh, thank you, Sonia. That's very kind. Appreciate that.
And I think I saw Maruda come in. Yes. Hi, Maruda.
Okay. I'm going to do the wildwood, so bear with me here.
Into the wildwood. Don't know how to play that.
Okay, Hershey. What seeds were planted as we go into summer solstice? And what do we need to do once those seeds have been planted? Okay, let's go with the top. Keep going. So I have here all the stones, endurance. Okay. So whatever seeds or what seeds you have planted, okay, when you plant a seed, this is something that you are making a dedication to take care, nurture, water, fertilize, do whatever's needed to sustain its nourishment during this time. Okay, so be diligent. What seeds were planted?
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have misunderstood. Doesn't matter. So what you have, take very good care of what you're putting your intentions to. Okay, they're very important to you. Again, with the summer solstice, this is all the work that you've been building up to this time. Okay, and we don't want to waste it. We want to keep this energy growing. Also, as we see here, the child is looking after the flame, watching how it's growing, taking anything that may be interfering, releasing it. Watch very carefully how this is starting to take shape. When we start seeing the leaves, when we start seeing the little see the little, it's not coming to my head right now. You see the little part of the intention that's starting to take shape. Start looking at it, start molding it, and start focusing on that energy. Okay. So endurance.
Hershey said you didn't misunderstand. I
Okay.
got it.
I had to stop because I start thinking, do I have to tell her the kind of seeds that she needs? But it's like, no, I'm going to keep going with it.
Yep.
So stay dedicated, Hershey, okay, to your intentions, but watch over them very carefully, okay? And they'll give the love back to you and the abundance that you need when it's fully grown.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I have what has bloomed, and I've got for you the 9 of Cups. A wonderful card to have, because that's normally a card of people being happy where they are, in a place they feel comfortable in. All your ducks are lined up in a row. That, if you know that saying, everything seems to be falling into place. However, there is a sense with this person that perhaps it's not quite what they wanted, so they might have achieved the dream, but at the same time, there's still a bit more of the story to go. So I just think that you're in a place where you can see the, not necessarily the end point, but the point where you wanted to get to coming into view, and you've just got a little bit more to go on there. But it really feels like everything is beginning to come into place. I've also pulled a oracle card for you, and I've got self-exploration, fairy tales and myths. A fantastic card to have for the solstice, because we were saying it's to do with fairies and working with the fae as well there. So perhaps take this time of thinking, okay, so what have I achieved? Where am I with lining up everything I wanted? And now actually the answer is inside. It's no longer externalized, it's now internalized, and it's for you to think about where you want to take it next.
Hershey said, absolutely, Ritchie. And she screamed, yes.
That's nice. Yes.
Yeah. And so, what needs trimmed to flourish? We have the 6 of Wands. And this message for me is simply, you need to focus on the successes that you've had. It's part of the journey, and value those successes and give those successes a bit more time than what you would have in the past. Trim away the negativity and the negative thoughts. It's just coming through. It's like you focus on those successes, and I think maybe this was part of your conversation with Terry. It's like find that, overwhelm the negative with so much positive, it has no other choice than to flip.
Yeah.
And it just feels, so energetic. It's like, don't run around like you're on fire, but run around like you're passionate. Really know where you're going. So, all right. If we can, did everybody put their cards back in?
I did.
I just shuffled mine back into the deck.
All right. And so dead on, I'm speechless. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Glad to have you here. And Jamie said, y'all are reading lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Speaking of Jamie, she is next. And then we have Jonathan, Linda, Nancy, Nalani, Cheyenne, Mirella, Lori, Kathy, Sonia, Jeffrey, and somebody's long name who I cannot pronounce. It looks very French.
Okay.
Avert your gaze.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go.
Let's see what needs to be trimmed.
And Mirella has not met the two of you before. So
Hi, Mirella.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in.
yes.
both. Gerald, if I feel a calling to pull a card from both decks, I'll do the reading 30 seconds each card so I don't hold up everyone else's reading.
Okay. I mean, it works.
Okay.
I trust you. I mean, this is where I think we go with the flow. So, all right.
Okay.
Hey, Zane.
Hi, Zane.
All right, you're up, Ritchie.
Okay, so what seeds need planting? I've got the Summer Solstice for you there, Jamie. So I'm wondering what it is that you have cut out of your life at the early start of it, because I've also got another card for you because I wanted a bit of clarity on this one. And I've got Nimue from the Avalon Oracle here, hoping I'm pronouncing that correct. That's how I pronounce it there. And the word that leaked out from this was respect. And I'm wondering if you've decided to, for your own respect and for perhaps respect to the people around you, you've decided to, how can I put this, not take any prisoners. And I just feel that you've decided, right, that is it. I'm going to be cutting out or at least avoiding the situations that upset me. And it's a time here, as seeds were planted, it's a time for you to go, right, that's it. This is a new me. I'm not putting up with it anymore.
And I have for what bloomed is ancestry. There's this feeling of knowing from whence you come and how you fit into that and how you can take that and use it to your advantage. And there's still work to be done. And I think it's just, I think it's an appreciation for all of the people in your life, the magical ones, the non-magical ones. So there you go.
Okay, so 2 cards for Jamie, and I can intertwine these easily. The second card I pulled was, here you go, the Queen of Vessels, Salmon, Wildwood Tarot. So here, this card represents more of like an emotional struggle, in the sense of you're doing the work, okay, but it's like you're pushing yourself more than necessary, okay. So whenever you're swimming upstream, anything like that, you're going against all these things, you're forcing it, it's putting more challenge onto yourself. So we need to lessen that, or just change that perspective of any struggles that you may be going up against. Okay. You feel like you have to do this. You have to get through all this. It's fine, but at the same time, don't push yourself too much, because that energy, the emotional energy that you're putting into the struggle, needs to go more towards this. This is the 2 of fire. Okay. So we're going to turn this emotional forcefulness, struggles, if there is, or any challenges, we want to turn that struggle into something that's more positive. So you can put that positive energy more into a creative realm. And so here we have a background of the desert, barren. I think that's a good place to start from. We're starting to see things from a clear point of view once things have been released and the struggles and anything that's associated with it has been let go of. You start with a clean slate, barren desert. Some things are starting to show potential growth. And then we have the intertwining snakes, almost like the caduceus. This is of healing. Okay. So we got to do this energy. Yes, look at that. Yeah. Right?
There you go.
So we have this energy that's moving upward. Okay. So let's turn any stress, any struggles that anyone's going through, flip it around, put that energy into something that's more productive. Okay. That's what needs to be cut away. Any excess, anything that's choking your energy from being more creative.
Wow. There you go, Jamie.
I don't know how we do.
We're gonna put here. We'll put them up for Jamie. Did you shuffle them in, Ritchie?
I'll hold it up like this and pretend it's that one.
Then you can say the card, whatever the card was.
I'm sorry, I'm really bad at doing that. I'll try not to do it next time.
So, thank you. Okay. I hope that was helpful, and avert your gaze. Boop, boop. So
you got good concentration, Gerald. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Like, so after this is Linda, Nancy, and Hypnicity, and then Cheyenne. Jamie said, as always, spot on.
Okay. Interesting.
And Jackie, I'm doing readings tonight on my channel at 7 p.m. if you want to be there. If you
this Friday, Gerald and I are also doing readings, aren't we, with Zand over on my channel? So there's opportunity there if you want to come.
Yes. And hi, White Wolf Mother. Lucky Heroine just subscribed to your channel, Aimee.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And all right, what seeds were planted, Jonathan?
I'm filling 2 cards. Interesting.
All right. Oh yeah, there you go. And on Jane's channel tomorrow morning. Shameless plug. Not so shameless because it's not good. I'm going to go ahead and start, Jonathan, for what seeds were planted. I have the Princess of Swords. What seeds were planted were thinking in a new way, trying to make a decision of how you want to move. This is that it's creating a new habit. So it feels like you were trying to figure out how to. Oh, look, does that look like my head? There you go. Put a mustache on it and we're good. No, but seriously, Jonathan, it's you were trying to create some new habits of what to do with your time and your energy is what it feels like.
Okay. All right. So what bloomed? Okay. 2 cards. It's like I'm having to pull 2 cards here. Balance. Okay. Temperance. Opposing energies amalgamating into one. Look at these different forces that you could be working with, Jonathan. Okay. Opposing forces. And having them interact in your best interest. Okay. Whenever there's creativity, there's going to be challenges along the way, and we're going to have to face them, whether it's how we approach our project or a certain situation. We need to face it. And in doing so, see both sides of the situation. Look at the good and the bad and bring those 2 together to create balance. Mm-hmm. Then we have 8 of Earth. Okay. We get such beauty once we see harmony and we can see the picture. We can see the greater, wider scheme of things. Once we have things put in a nice, equal, balanced harmony. And we see this energy here. Everything is in a circle. So we see this movement being continuous. And we're seeing a stillness. There's a natural harmony. That's the word that keeps coming to me in this scene. It's very nice. Okay. But we have to curtail this, not curtail, but work with this energy from power.
And I want to say there's 2 swords and you have 2 serpents.
They work together. 2 is of balance.
Yep. Bring us home, Ritchie.
And I've got 4 cups.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting what you guys were saying about, stillness and balance and stuff like that. I think there's a tendency, if you're not careful, what we need to make sure we're not doing, Jonathan, is just sitting there pondering too long on it all. So it's time now. Yes, the stillness is important. Yes, the thought processes. Yes, the new ideas. But it can just turn into a bit of stagnation if you're not careful, just sitting there pondering for too long. I also pulled another 4 for you. So if you like your numerologies, we've got 2 lots of 4. And again, normally the 4 of Wands would suggest, like a celebration of some sort. Again, this feels like this poor wolfy creature is kind of just sheltering from the rain while the rest of the world gets on with it. So again, there's that idea of just don't ponder for too long. Don't be too stagnant, because we don't want stagnation. Don't hang around for too long thinking too hard about stuff.
Yeah. And Jane the Seeker has 2 + 2 = 4. And then, oh my gosh, we have 8. Yep. Well, Jonathan, I hope that made sense. Oh,
I'm holding them up.
Coming.
There you go. Look at that. Love it. There you go. All right. Next up is Kathy. Tortoiseshell Moon. Avert your gaze.
So I am what seeds were planted. I think I'm going to go with, let's go with Witch's Wisdom. Okay, what seeds were planted for Kathy? Summer Solstice.
Jonathan said, very spot on. I can just say peacocks, dragons, and fox wolves are some of my main animal guides. There you go. And White Wolf Mother, I'll have another cup of coffee if you don't mind. You're offering.
Okay. So Kathy, I have here, I'll show you here the Craftsman of Fire. This is sometimes associated to the Knight of Wands. Skillful worker. Okay. What you are creatively in right now, or need to work towards, is staying focused. Okay. You have this energy. Okay. Fire is the natural energy of creativity. What we have here is someone who's being focused with this energy. Where do you want to put this focus at? Okay. If you are working on something, business, personal, anything of that nature, start seeing again where the focus is that you need to put that energy towards the most. Okay. Again, very similar to the reading that I did for this prompt, is being dedicated, being mindful of your actions that you are putting into this direction of creativity. Again, creativity could be whatever you want to change within yourself. Could be a physical project you're working on, something business, personal. Those are all avenues that you could put creativity to. Okay, but just stay focused. It's really hard because fire is just that. Fire can go all over the place. But if you can just find that passion towards one direction that you want to put this energy towards, stick to it. Okay, be the master of this. Okay, this isn't really the king, but you're moving in this direction. Really get to know and understand the skills that you're putting towards your creativity, and then you grow from that.
That's great. Hi, Cosmic Orphan and Ms. Tarot D.
Hi.
Hello.
Right, Kathy, are we ready? What has bloomed? Well, I couldn't have picked 2 nicer cards, because if we're talking about growing, look how the flowers and the plants are growing in these cards. So I've got for you the Ace of Wands, and I think it's Bloodwen here on these 2 ones. So it's a time for full power when it comes to nature, and it comes to energies there with that one there. What's bloomed? Well, I'm going to say authenticity, because when plants grow, they just grow. They don't kind of make up stuff. They just grow as they are intended to grow, and the flowers come out, and they do all their things. They don't change color all of a sudden. They just go with what is authentic to them. And it really feels that is being authentic. You're being authentic to yourself, and you realize that by being authentic to yourself, you are powerful, you are strong, and you are growing. So it's a really lovely set of cards there, Kathy. I hope that gives you some pleasure, because actually it's got a really nice warm energy about this.
And okay, so I mean, the two of you, I mean, what needs to be trimmed? I got the moon. What needs to be trimmed to flourish? It feels very much like allow the mist to dissolve and allow the truth of how you're feeling and who you are to emerge. Because as Ritchie said, plants emerge. Then it's time for you to just mist evaporating. Trim. Stick with your own metaphor, Gerald. Allow the sunlight to burn off the mist, which is obscuring your true beauty. So there you go.
That's poetic. I love that. Very beautiful.
Probably remember that. And so there you go. That's incredible.
That's
and brilliant. Thank you. All fire, Aries, Sun, Leo, Moon.
Wow.
Focusing and staying focused is difficult for me at times. I
have Aries in my chart, Kathy. I have quite a bit of fire, so I can understand that.
Okay, I have Sonia, Jeter, Le Ensor Lemente, Plucky, and that will be it. Because Plucky was just a question. Oh, here, I'll add this. Plucky said, "These are great questions, which I will incorporate in my meditations tonight and tomorrow."
Oh, wonderful.
And I think this is a great full moon, new moon reading too.
Yeah, new moon in Gemini, which I think is now in. I think it's now in Cancer. I think it moved in Cancer today.
Okay. All right. Avert your gaze. You're looking down. There you go.
I'll double check something here.
Oh, Ritchie. Kathy said, "Ritchie, I just found my ideal job, which is perfectly aligned with my values and will allow me to be authentic to myself."
Oh, I'm so pleased.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Excellent.
Good luck. Ideal job.
Helps if I shuffle the right deck,
Okay. Mixing them up, huh?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, White Wolf Mother.
Sorry, I made the tarot reader noise that we're not supposed to make, aren't we?
You can do whatever you want, Ritchie.
It's the solstice. I'm allowed to.
That's right.
I won't make a big wooden sculpture of a man, fill it with chickens and burn people though in it. Wouldn't do that.
Well, you could burn effigies of men in that, and then it would be an effigy of an effigy, and it would be totally flaming. Have to burn the fan the flames. Sonia, sorry. Queen, please.
Queen, please.
I love it. And even Aimee's going, There you go.
Don't have a fan, but the cards.
Okay.
Right, Sonia, let's get on and do your reading for you. So, what things were planted? I've got the Ace of Wands again for you. Now, we just had the Ace of Wands with Kathy's reading, and that one was all about growth and being authentic. This one feels a little bit more like I'm not going to say a weapon, but it almost feels like you've had to say, no, this is me, almost as if not threatening people, but you're sort of saying, I'm holding on to this and I'm protecting myself. There's a sense of protection that's coming out of this card, particularly with all the sparkles and the growth that's coming out of it. The reason I say that is I've pulled you the card for bravery, explore your inner wild places. So I'm wondering here whether you've actually been, Sonia, kind of sticking your feet in the sand and going, I'm not budging. I'm going to be my authentic self. Again, we talked about authenticity here. And I just wonder whether this has kind of been an ongoing thing that I'm going to grow and I'm going to develop, but I'm going to do it on my terms. And if you don't like it, then you know what you can do. That's the sense I'm getting from your creativity and what was planted.
Okay. And I have misread the list. So I still have Linda, Nancy, Cheyenne, Morella, Lori, Jet Air. So we've still got more readings. So we're plugging away. My apologies. So, okay. So what I have for you, Sonia, is what bloomed values. And this is a very fiery looking card. But the values, it's part of the element of earth. And what's great about that is when you have clear boundaries and you know your roots, you stand tall. And so what bloomed is a sense of an understanding of who you are. And look at that. Yeah, there you go. Boom. So this is and I like how the hand out is holding this bee very gently, and so it's honoring the values and everything that's that has part of it. So it's like nice.
Okay. I'm going to kick the direction of the reading a little bit with this card. It's completely in a different realm. Okay, which is wisdom. I got 5 of air, which is associated with 5 of swords. But here we're seeing protector. We have here with the owl, the father owl, maternal owl protecting the babies from the storm. So there are some challenges that that need to be faced. You are being looked after, whether it's an individual in the physical realm, but we need to understand that sometimes we won't have that assistance there and that we may have to fend for ourselves. So what needs to be trimmed to flourish is, yes, it is always good to have someone there, but when they're not there, we need to know how to do things on our own, okay? And to protect what is of importance. Air deals with the mind, it deals with the intellect, it deals with perspective, how we see things. So there may be a change of how we are seeing things when it comes to getting things done, okay? Our perspective of what we want to do to accomplish things. There may be a fear because we don't know what could happen. You don't know if you don't try. Okay, so let's see with this 5 of air to kind of remove this fear, anything that could be holding you back. Not to rely so much on someone because those people will still be there, but try to think more for yourself. I'm not saying that you don't, but just try to be more independent in your direction of getting things done and not relying so much on someone to make decisions for you, if that is the case, or if you come across that. The other card I have here very quickly, I have the Knight of Stones, the horse. Okay, the horse is very powerful. But here, this looks more like a mule. And a mule tends to be a little bit more on the stubborn side, kicking and at times fighting against their own selves. So what I'm sensing here, what needs to be trimmed is to kind of let go of any fear, any overprotection that you may have of yourself. Because when you close in yourself like this, you're not really letting your true essence out out to explore, out to experience different things. Okay, so my reading here for you is to take a chance. Okay, let go of some of these things that could be holding you back and leap into the unknown and see what happens. You may be surprised what may come from it.
And Aimee, I actually think that that was the
Yeah.
perfect what needs to trim to flourish, because as Ritchie's card, getting some new energy, establishing your values, sticking with those values, I think it's spot on.
Yeah.
All righty.
I'm not sure Aimee believes me, but
No, I was sitting there thinking,
No.
it's all very well.
I'm assessing. I'm
yes,
processing.
okay.
Yeah.
And
It all goes hand in hand. You have to do these steps to get to where you want to be.
yes.
No.
And I'm a fan of that that 5 of Swords. When I read it, it was like, that is such a different view of that
It
card.
is.
And I'm like, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be so aggressive. You know, we can interpret fear in so many different ways.
Yeah. Okay, so we just finished Sonia. Linda is next. Then we have Nancy, Cheyenne, Marella, Lori, Jeffrey, and our lovely French visitor. So, and okay, avert your gaze.
Linda is the one having surgery?
No.
Okay.
Not today.
Okay.
That was Carol.
Okay. Sorry.
Ethnicity, I may have, you know, you're there. I got you. There are a lot of lovely people here, and so I'm like going, whoa, okay. So balancing. And, hypnicity will.
Let me see here. Okay. I'm sorry, Linda. I misunderstood. Stay that way, healthy and strong.
Yeah. Okay. I will go first. What seeds got planted? It is the 4 of Wands, perfected work. The really making sure things. You got the 4 of Wands too?
Yeah, 4 of fire.
4 of fire. There you go. So that perfected work, you were really working at making sure that everything that you do has an element of accuracy about it, that your intentions are clear, whether it be with what you do for work or what you do for spirituality. This was your hope, and I perfected work. Yep, that's what you planted. So it's a pretty card, isn't it?
I mean, I've seen various images of that deck, and I love the color scheme.
You too.
They just blend into each other very nicely. So Miss Linda, I have here 4 of fire. Okay, associate with the 4 of Wands, a different perspective of the 4 of Wands. But I'm going to read it as the way Phyllis created this deck, 4 of fire. So we see, it's interesting, the previous card that I had the father in the foreground protecting the family of owls. Now here we have the mother. We see the maternal, or it could be the father. I shouldn't read it like that as well, but we have protection of these cute little kits here. So we're looking at what bloomed. We're looking at the work that has been done, okay, or what you are working towards. And we are putting a lot of care into it. Feels like I'm repeating myself, but that's what I'm feeling with a lot of these cards here. What bloomed is you're starting to learn from what you've been producing. You're starting to learn and you're seeing the results of what's been created. And you're standing back and you're like, this is good. This is similar to what Gerald's been doing with his work. He's standing back, he's looking, going back. Try not to over tweak. Try not to over control things, okay? Let things, when it comes to creativity, let it run its natural course. Let it get into trouble if it's kids that you are working with in the creative sense. Let them figure it out, but you also need to be there to stand by and oversee and, tell them not to bite the ear of that person or anything like that. You have to monitor where the direction of the creativity is going, okay? Because you created it, you nurtured it. It was the intention. Now it's for you to monitor it, but let it move around, let it flow. Okay.
Okay. Really dropping the card there. What needs trimming? Really interesting, because I've got this card from the Avalon. Normally I would pull the tarot card first, but I did this one here. And I'm going with the top one here of personal power. Just hang on to that one, because what needs trimming, I've got the Eight of Swords for you here. Now, this card for me is always about personal power and how much you decide you're not going to use it, or how much you hide it, or just not realizing how much personal power you actually have. Because the Eight of Swords can often mean to me self-imprisonment, but that is imprisonment that is very easy to get out of once you get the personal power back that we were talking about there. So what needs trimming? What needs pruning, I suppose? It's time to realize that you are incredibly strong. Don't listen to your demons. Stop listening to yourself saying, I can't do that. Because you can do it. And all you got to do is reach out, grab one of them swords, and you can cut that cobweb to pieces. You've just got to reach out and take the sword.
Because I got a 4, Aimee got a 4, and you have an 8.
I got an 8.
Straight flush, something like that.
There you go. There you
go.
Flush.
Thanks, Linda. And all right, Nancy, a Crohn's Intuition. And then doing hypnicity right after that. So there we go.
They're talking about cinnamon rolls. What's going on?
They're talking about cinnamon rolls, and they're making me hungry. Richie, are you okay with going a little bit longer?
I can. I probably need to go in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I've got to do the Glastonbury Unity candle tonight at 9 o'clock our time, and I need
love that
10-15 minutes just to get ready for that.
Okay. Thank you for your understanding. And yes, the numerology is flowing, and Michelle Marie Astrological Tarot is here.
Oh, hello.
Okay. I'm already back at 1 again?
Yes. Amazing.
Okay. Performance anxiety here. Let's see what seeds were planted. I want to go with this. Okay. Miss Nancy, my almost birthday twin by 1 day. Let's see here. What do we have for... Okay. Yeah, let me do one more card. I'm sorry. Okay, this one just jutted out.
Life is life.
Okay. So, I got first card, Goddess of Air. Okay. And then I know you may like this one, but it's not the card you're thinking about, Nancy, but it's stones. I got 10 of stones, home. So here for what seeds need to be planted. As we see with the spider, spider is hardworking, very creative. No two webs are alike. No two scenarios are alike. But as you look here, we see some of the tools that this spider is holding. One is a knife. One is starting to cut through this, starting to break the ties. Okay. But not all of them, one by one. So here, Nancy, what the Goss of Air is, we have, I know you're a very creative, spiritual individual. I feel here there's a little bit of a shift going on with the practice. Okay, let's start changing things up a little bit. This reading's more coming of a spiritual perspective, a little shift with that. Okay, something to challenge yourself, I feel, is needed with this. Okay, you've done a lot of work and you're very skilled, but now I feel like it's reached a point to where some things need to change, to be let go of in your practice particularly. Okay, and you can make this happen because I think you know that it is time for a change. You've gone through a shift this year, okay, and that's going to affect you inside as well. The 10 of stones here, home. Okay, I think the energy in your home is changing. Okay, it's going to be changing for a while. I know you know this already, but with this 10 of stones, we're looking at the next phase, the next direction of energy, because now your home has shape shifted, and it's time to start moving things around, finding what you want to leave in that house that is of most importance and that is of most inspiration for you. Those are the seeds that need to be planted. Okay, you're still healing, but doing this shift too is part of this process of change. Okay, of letting go.
Okay, what has bloomed? I have the Seven of Cups for you. I love this card because Seven of Cups is always talking about different options and perhaps having too much to pick from here. But this one we've got Pandora, who isn't interested necessarily in all these wonderful cups and treasures that could be hers. She's still poking about inside the box, wanting to know what's going on in there, you see.
I like that.
So I really like this, that you're not being blinded by all these different options. You're actually more focused on, and I'm going to say this, insight, because I pulled this one for you as well. You've got the Morrigan on here. Be open to enchantment. And I like the idea of being open and this casket, this chest being open, and that what's available to you just isn't quite what you're looking for. And I think that's what you're really realizing there, that your insight is going to be what leads you to discover what you really want, and not all these shiny, wonderful things that are around you at the moment.
Yeah.
And so what needs to be trimmed are all is the star. All of the things that are not allowing you to be the magical spiritual person that you are. I see this and I think tinctures, paying attention to the moon phases, spending time healing and your intuition and communication with the other side. And it's like this for me is very much the card of the universe is noticing you. You're shiny. So keep doing what you're doing. Trim away the things that don't help.
Mm-hmm.
So, and apologies if you said, but which deck is that Morrigan card in, please?
It's from Goddess Dreams Oracle by Wendy Andrew. The box looks like that. And it's a fabulous Oracle deck. It's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that Seven of Cups, Ritchie.
Yeah.
The Pandora's box. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a good interpretation.
Lovely cards.
What's that?
The lovely cards in that reading.
Yes. All right. Hypnicity. We're going to do you. Trying to get through as many as we can. If we can't make it, my apologies.
We'll go as quick as we can.
Yep.
Speed round.
One card. Summer Solstice. If we only have 15 hours.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I would happily sit here for 15 hours, but yeah.
Well, I would too, because the readings are spectacular.
They are.
I think we talked about that, Gerald, about doing like a nonstop overnight pajama.
Yeah, pajama readings.
Yeah. Do it. Mm.
Okay. Hypnicity. What seeds are planted? Well, it says so on the tin. We've got strength. Look at that. So your strength has been developing. Your strength has obviously been growing there. This deck's called Disney, so you can see it's got a real Lion King and kind of a Disney princess vibe to it. But if we actually go a little bit deeper there, strength is about overcoming the things that you're frightened of letting into your life. That's basically what strength is. That's what we're talking here. And so to have the courage, because that's also what this card is about, to actually realize you have to make changes, that you have to start planting seeds, you have to start, that is an incredible thing. And so what seeds were planted? The courage to find your own strength. And that isn't just a Wizard of Oz lion thing going on.
Well, and I got for what bloomed is scarcity. And here's what you planted with that strength has taken a lot out of you, and it has drained you. So keep a balance of what is around you. And what bloomed is the need to look up and around you and know what you have so that you can use it to help you. Because I think when scarcity happens, people get really, really creative. And so there can be a lot of magic. When I only have 5 things instead of 30, how many different ways can I use those 5 things? So, and I also like that there's an angel looking down on you. So ask the angels if you believe in that sort of thing.
Okay. Alrighty. Which is wisdom. 10 of water. Okay. So emotionally, we're seeing, we don't see it here in this card, but water, we're looking at our emotions, our intuitive self. But what we're doing here is what needs to be trimmed to flourish. This background here is very lush. Okay. Things have been cared for properly. They've grown, they've manifested. But look what we have here. We see a panther lurking in the background. We have geckos. So I want to focus more on this energy here. When things grow in abundance, okay, it's beautiful, it's lush, but we also have to see that because of this, it can camouflage some things that have entered into the scene that we may not be aware of. And it could be a good sign, or it could be a warning sign. So I think if there is a lot that is happening right now, we need to kind of be focused on, or just be more alert as to something that may call out to you. Okay, something that may stand out, something that doesn't feel right. There could be a blemish in this environment, and it's something that you need to pay attention to. Don't ignore it, but just be mindful of it. Okay, and if it involves removing some things so you could see the specifics of this thing that's drawing your attention, do so. Okay, because if you don't, it's just gonna get covered up, and then next thing you know, it's going to get out of hand, and this creature may use this element of camouflage to go against you. Okay. So this Black Panther could also be our inner self. There could be something going on inside that you're not paying attention to, and just to be mindful of it. So listen to your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, follow through with it. It's a good exercise. If you feel like something isn't right, take a chance and just follow through, see what happens.
There you go. I need to open my channel figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I mixed in my card.
That's okay. There you go.
Sorry. So, and Cheyenne, and avert your gaze. Lori, did we already read for you? I don't remember. I feel like we did.
Oh, she's terrified of frogs. Interesting.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Cheyenne shining.
This is probably going to have to be my last reading, I'm afraid, folks. But
Okay.
I will dip out and leave you two to do your carry on.
We can get everybody through. All right, Cheyenne. What seeds were planted? This is the 8 of Swords. Interference. You were trying to plant different ways of thinking about things. You were purposefully trying to figure out a way to discombobulate your thought processes. So, and I will be right back. Keep talking.
All righty. Okay, what bloomed? This is actually a nice card to get for what bloomed. This is 5 of Fire. Okay, there's a lot of different ways when I've seen this card show up in readings to read it. You can read it as something destructive or something quickly manifesting. So we have here, we have butterflies. So we're seeing a transformation. We're seeing our environment shifting, but also things are being removed. They're being burned away in a sense, because right now, creatively, there's something going on where you're feeling very excited about something, or something will be coming to you that will just inspire you in such a way. Butterflies are all about transformation and shape shifting. They go through all these different stages from the caterpillar to the cocoon, and then when the time comes, we have the butterflies coming out. This is more of a spring-like card, but we do have the sun there, and the sun is the vitality. We got to remember Summer Solstice. It's all reaching that apex of vital energy, love of life. This is the time to go out and enjoy life. Not that you're not, but enjoy what what means a lot to you, what is inspiring you. Celebrate it, but really let people know what is of great desire for you. Okay, because you're changing, and so you need people to see this transformation.
And I'm going to ride on the back of that one, Aimee,
Okay.
because I've got for you what needs to be trimmed: the world. And you were talking about you're changing, and the wheel is about change there. And also what you said about the sea. I don't know if you can see the seasons going around here. You're going from the height of summer right the way around to winter there. So I like the fact that we are now in the solstice. It is time there for that wheel to keep turning. However, Cheyenne, why have one major arcana card when you can have two? So I've also got the devil for you as well. So, in this change, in this development, don't take a step backwards. Don't fall back into listening to literally the devil on your shoulder going, oh, it was so much better than when you did this, or wasn't it better when we did that, and take that step backwards, because you've made such great advances in what you're doing, and this cycle is continuing to go. What you don't want is the devil shoving his horns into the spokes of the wheel and stopping it.
Yeah.
So don't listen to your inner demons. Don't listen to the demon on your shoulder. Carry on doing what you're doing. You're doing fine.
Which goes well, because Cheyenne said that Eight of Swords makes sense because I've been fighting my anxiety disorder. So pruning the devil makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Everybody say thank you to Ritchie, Longyan Tarot.
I've really enjoyed it. So I'm so sorry I have to go disappear, but I have got my other commitment to do. So,
well, it's very important, and people should subscribe to your channel. So we'll be doing more readings on
next Friday. Also, this Friday coming 7:30. No, it's 7 o'clock actually, UK time. So that's 2 p.m. Eastern time. Is that right, Gerald?
Correct.
We're doing some more free readings, and from Two Black Cats is going to be here. So do come along for some more readings, because we love doing them, don't we?
Yes, very much so. And
thank you so much, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richie.
Bye,
Happy Summer Solstice.
Yes,
bye.
Yes. Woohoo! Are you okay to do some more, or?
I'm good till 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, we can do it. We can do it.
We can do it. So I'm going to slide you over here. And
so how do you want to do the prompts?
Well, how do we want to do the prompts? Hi, Gina M. Thank you. I've been listening to that devil with my insecurities about being on YouTube. It resonates with me. Thank you. Yeah. Well, next. Okay, so we did Cheyenne, Morella, Lori, Ritchie. Jeffrey, and then we got our last.
One card.
Yeah. Do you want to do? Okay. Here's a question. Do you want to just do? You do the first one. We both do the second one.
And then you do the third one.
Card, and I do the third.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Morella.
Thank you, everyone, for being patient.
Yes, this is so good.
We're going to do this. So I'll do one card. Okay. And so what seeds were planted? Okay. I'm digging the witch's wisdom right now, so we'll stick with it.
Perfect.
Ooh. One of my favorite cards from this deck, the moon. So we're looking at what seeds were planted. We're looking deep down into this. This is, Morella, this is going to involve you doing some deep work, asking yourself, what is your instinct? What is your deepest desire when it comes to creativity? What do you want to release? What do you want to show to people? Okay. When you go to that place, you're going to get a lot of back and forth energy, but you will find what will speak to you the most. Okay. Be kind to yourself during this time. Okay. The moon's in Cancer right now. This is an excellent time right now to start delving into that. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and we're involving nurturing energy, healing energy, sensitivity. So approach your creativity in that sense. Listen to it from an intuitive level. Okay. Externally, you'll see everything that's going on, whatnot. But intuitively, answer the call from inside. What really moves you. Okay. And that's the moon. And again, the moon's in Cancer right now.
Excellent. Do you want to pick a card for what bloomed?
Yes. Forgot.
Okay, we're good. all of a sudden it's fun. Morella said, "Thank you, Aimee."
You're welcome.
I can go
Okay, so
first if you want.
what's that?
Here, I'll go first.
Yeah.
What bloomed is the emotional. What bloomed were emotions, and as they come through and looking at this, we have the moon in the background. It's the element of water, and I like how when you look at it, it could be that this is protecting the bee underneath, but it's also allowing your emotions to flow and to be present.
Mm.
And that's a very important aspect of that.
I got Ace of Water, so Morella, we have a lot of intuitiveness and connecting inside for the creativity. I'm curious as to what sign you are, if you are a water sign, or if you're not, or if you feel like you're lacking a connection to emotions. I think this is very important. The Ace of Water is starting this new process of experiencing the emotions. There's going to be a very strong connection to how you develop the way that you express yourself. It's going to be very emotive.
Yeah.
It starts from there.
It's Gemini.
Gemini. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So what needs to be trimmed? This is the Princess of Swords. And when I see this, I mean, look how bored she looks. She's what needs to be trimmed is stop doing the things that don't make you or help you be happy.
Okay.
So don't be doing stuff just because you're doing you're used to doing them. Add some energy to those to enlighten you and invigorate you and to bring a depth. There's a great way of you can do lots of things in a meditative and spiritual action if that's what you put to it. So put yourself in with it.
Okay.
So there you go.
And happy birthday, Morella. Her birthday was yesterday.
Aw, yeah.
Do you want to switch it that you do the first and then I do the third?
Sure.
Okay.
How easy is that?
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Lori Kramer is up, and then Jeffrey, and then Lay on Sorelemente.
You're doing
If
good.
you're still here. So
Okay.
Morella said the cards resonate. Thank you.
You're welcome, Morella.
So Lori.
Let's see. Let's do Lori Kramer. That name rings a bell. Okay, so let's do. And then doing what bloomed. I'm going to pull bottom.
All right, Lori. What seeds were planted is the King of Swords. This is you being master of what you do, the things that you think, the things that you do. Look at how this eagle is staring out of this card toward you. It's like, boom, there is an intention here. They know exactly what needs to be done. And they're keeping their eyes on the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Very focused. So I think the seeds that were planted was focused intentions. Working with that.
And then what flourishes? Got swords. Here's 8 of air. And it's nice to see you in contrast doing the decks with swords. Because look, we have a relationship going on here. We have the 8 of air.
And the eagle.
The 8 of air, we're seeing the wisdom, this eagle, rising, hovering over the land, seeing things for what it is, seeing how it's developed, okay, learning from it. Okay, we are a product of our environment. So here with the eagle, it's watching, it sees what has bloomed. It learns from it. It learns from the environment. It sees what's in the land. So in this sense for you, Lori, we're looking at your perspective, or looking at your environment, but looking at from the place of the eye of the eagle. Eagle is of wisdom, and looking at it in a broader sense, right? Looking at overall and seeing how it's shaped. Okay, you get a bird's eye view, literally, of your environment. And you could determine what needs to stay and what needs to go.
Yeah.
That's where you learn.
Wow. I mean, do we need to pick a third card? That's pretty incredible. Between these,
I did the third one, but
yeah. What was your third one?
the third one was what needs to be trimmed. Got here, messenger of earth. So a little different. So the messenger of earth here, I think it's maybe just calling out, seeing giving your perspective, Lori, in the sense of, like, stating, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right for the environment that I'm in. Okay. And you have to explain, in the sense, the reason why things don't seem right or things are good is it's based on your experience. Messenger of the earth is someone who is beginning to take a new view of their environment and sharing their insight from their experience. So the messenger of earth is just that. You're taking this, ended, and you are now, with the guidance of the energy of the elk, who is the mature animal, you're taking the knowledge from the experience.
Yeah. Dang.
The messenger of earth.
That was great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lori, I hope that made some sense to you. And Jeffrey.
Okay.
Oh, and Lori said, thank you both. Very helpful.
You're welcome.
I'm going to flip us just to be crazy, because we can.
We got two more, right?
Yes, this one and Le Ensorcelamento. If everybody is still here.
All righty.
And thank you for people who are watching.
This is your Jeffrey, right?
This is my Jeffrey, yes.
Ooh, wonder if we're going to get an owl.
Oh, my. Hi, Hilda.
Hi. Oh, I thought she typed in hi, sweet Pepsi. Okay, what seeds were planted? Okay, you ready, Jeffrey? Did you check the laundry? Did you make sure the clothes is dry?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Beth is like, ooh, a conflict of interest reading, LOL.
Oh, you've been waiting for this one, haven't you, Beth?
There you go.
Okay. All right. From the top. So, Jeffrey, we've never met. I got rebirth for you. And look what's on her head, the crow. Okay. So, for rebirth, your creativity will be doing some transformative work. But also, you are going to be in the process of transformation and shape-shifting. This process is going to be led by outside influences, things that are going to come out of nowhere. And they are going to be messages of things to apply to your creativity. So listen and watch for anything that comes up that's out of the ordinary, whether it is bad or is good. Just be mindful of it, okay? Because it's a lesson to learn, and it's something that you can apply to the direction of where you're changing the most in. And you are going to be so grateful for it. Another thing too, In the deck, she makes reference to the pentacles in this deck, Earth, that they are always a part of us in some way, shape, or form. So I do not know if you have a pentacle, but I'm feeling during this transformation time, as you feel it happening, wear this, or wear an amulet, wear something that's very magical for you.
Wow.
Okay.
You have one for what bloomed?
I didn't get there yet.
Okay, I'll go first
Okay.
with that. So for what bloomed is this is the subconscious.
Hmm.
And so what bloomed is the need to spend some time in the contemplation and being able to use that as a resource to help you know what to do in your conscious efforts. So, and I like how the octopus has is there, and what bloomed is there are many things that could take your attention away from things, but and stay with one thing long enough so that you can see it is what bloomed. Staying with things and sticking with it.
Alrighty. You're on fire.
Oh.
Okay. 2 of fire. So this energy of transformation that will be taking place is going to be one that will, I'm feeling strongly that is going to allow you to be focused, because we have the intertwining of these 2 snakes. They're coming together. So there is an amalgamation of forces that are allowing you the space, but also for you to be more direct in where you want to go. It's so important with any form of creativity. Even though you have all this energy, you have to put those blinders on so you could stay focused and direct. And I like, again, the use of the wand here, and how it's split off into 2 heads, and how each of these snakes are wrapped around the opposing sides of that wand. It's, for me, it's showing like going 2 different directions, but you're actually merging these different energies into one, so you could stay on that one path.
Yeah, it would be like merging this conscious and the subconscious.
Correct.
And having
Yes.
them weave together.
Yeah. And putting it into action.
Putting it into action.
Yes.
And so what needs trimmed to flourish is the Knight of Cups. And so looking at this, what needs to be trimmed is to being careful of doing things out of an emotional outburst. So, and do it intentionally. I think knights are, of course, their action. They're also their movement, and so this is one of those things. I think this is. I'm looking at this chalice, and I think there's an opportunity for what needs trimmed is where are you, what are the things that are occupying all of your emotions, and figure those out, and then move through those. And knights oftentimes think that they're alone, but you don't have to be alone to do it.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I also feel the court cards are representative of individual, not someone else coming into the picture. There could be that influence from outside, but it's the individual themselves.
Don't trim me out of it. Sorry.
All right. I got it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, when I'm saying that to Jeffrey as he's watching this. So, all right. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
Let us know if that made some sense. All right, here we go. The final reading. And I did see them in the chat. So let me flip us.
Flip.
There we go.
Okay, so let me do. I'll do the wildwood.
Hmm.
So funny. I was so excited when this deck first came out. If you remember, it's like, oh, this is the deck. This is the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been taking a little bit of a break. So
I sometimes I do that with decks that and then when I pick them back up, it's like, oh, here you go, old friend.
exactly.
It's like, here's what you learned while we were apart. Here's what I learned while we're apart.
Yeah,
So there's a nice way to mix it.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're still good friends and family
Oh
here.
yeah. I trimmed mine.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
I
Okay,
can't.
Jeffrey said thank you. It makes sense. A lot of sense, actually. And Jane says, I love the wildwood, but it's taking a break
Okay.
too.
Yeah, it's a time and a place.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's do our 2 and our 3. Okay.
Thank you for your patience. And
Okay, let's do bottom.
so what was planted is the 2 of discs or change. You planted a way to operate and to navigate the world differently and with more balance. And this feels to me very much like your body or your physical environment. Perhaps you were trying to balance how you were approaching things, what you're bringing into your house, what you're moving out of your house. Very much the balance of this. And this is the card. It's titled Change. And what's great is when this happens, simply by focusing on it, a lot can actually change. A lot when you make that decision. It's like, okay, there you go. So
All righty. So my 2 card for what bloomed for you is healing. Can you show me your card again? Okay. Healing. 7 of stones. Now we have 2 people here. One person, the healer, and the one that's being healed. There's an exchange of energy that goes on whenever there's a healing taking place, whether it is for someone or if it's just for yourself. You could take this card in either direction. So you can take it as a form of maybe being there for someone and providing comfort, or the healing for yourself, which goes again both ways. I feel when you heal someone, you're also transferring that energy, letting it go, but you're also using that process to take care of yourself as well.
yeah.
There's different levels of healing. So
Yeah.
that's what I have here for what bloomed.
And I have for what bloomed, I want to share this. I have connection, which describes what you were saying, Aimee, because there's the person being healed and the healer, and the 2 of them need to connect. It's an energy exchange. And with that, it's and I love how, I got the 2 of discs, and there's 2 people in the healing card.
Yeah.
So very much the connection, 2 big red pieces here.
Yes. And I also got to point out, and too bad Ritchie left already, this is like a mini Stonehenge. Okay, they're inside the circle.
Yes. Wow. So,
So,
all right, bring us home.
okay. What needs to be trimmed? I got the Archer. Interesting enough. Okay. Archer here with this representation is we're looking at willpower. We're looking at, again, our directiveness. What are we really setting forth? We have, instead of chariots, we have the loyalty of 2, guess wolfhound dogs, something like that. But the trimming that comes from this is, I feel, it's the best way to say this, is your focus. I think when focus is coming to me very, very prominently today, so I have to apply that for myself, is when you're focused on something, nothing else matters. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All that energy, anything that's going needs to be shut off. Okay. Stay direct. Okay. Look at the directness here. The
Yeah.
expression on the face. Person's not looking at the dogs. The dogs are probably there, the hounds, for protection, so that this individual can do the work. The archer can focus and do what needs to be done. Okay. So stay on that stay on that path of just remaining focused, or start working on it. Okay. Start looking around you. All those distractions need to drop. Okay. Because if you allow those distractions to come in, it's going to be an issue. And instead of pointing it like this, you could be pointing it in a different direction. You may fire and you may actually do some harm. Okay. So just be mindful of where you are.
That's incredible. Wow.
Ding, 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 ding.
All done. Thank you, everyone. Holy mackerel.
Did
Aimee,
it 2 minutes over.
what do you got coming up on your channel?
I need to work on, and I forgot yesterday, because we did a lot of readings yesterday, Jane and I need to do my reading for solstice. So I'm going to
Okay.
work on this either because I'm going to go to work after this. So I'm going to start working on it either this evening. I got to see where I am, or tomorrow. So I'll do my reading for solstice. And there are 3 cards each to represent Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So the episodes
Nice.
will be a little bit long. So stay tuned for that. I will try to get it up by summer solstice, or if not, by the end of the week. So I do this every solstice, every equinox. I do a reading too, and also the lesser Sabbats, like for Lunisad or Lammas. I do readings to welcome in the seasons.
It's perfect. And a week from tomorrow, you are going to be with me here and Jamie for Back and Forth with Jamie and Gerald. So looking forward to that. And I'm with the Mystic 4 tonight at 7 p.m. and Jane the Seeker in the morning. And then doing readings tomorrow afternoon. It's the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club caffeinated and unfiltered readings.
Oh my God.
So with Angela, Deb, and Betsy. So it will be a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
And then I'll be with Ritchie on Friday.
Okay.
So it's been wonderful. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, as always, Gerald. I look forward to finally meeting Jamie.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's right. Yeah.
We have not met. So this is going to be very special.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Take care.
Happy solstice,
Bye.
everyone.
Yes.